And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals of ESL Open Cup Asia number 223. Oh boy, it's been a pretty intense tournament and very fast semifinals as well. It ended in like 6 minutes. It was crazy. I'm shaking my head. I was just getting some updates from Discord about how apparently Reynor said the next time Dark sees me, he's gonna destroy me. Oh, he's angry, Poppy. He's angry. Dark, I mean. But regardless, congratulations, Reynor. He had a great performance in the semifinals, and now we've made it to the grand finals. It's going to be a ZVP between Reynor and herO. Oh boy, let us go. As a round, it's going to be a best of 5 grand finals, not a best of 3, so we have additional games ahead of us. And of course, predictions will soon be open once we get into the game, once we get into our series. The vetoes have concluded. I'm not privy to the vetoes themselves, but I do know that at least game 1 is going to be in post-youth. Is going to be on a post-youth. Oh boy, going to be another interesting map here, and here we go. Oh, never mind. As herO takes a 1-0 lead. We're getting ready for game number 2. But it looks like we did end up lagging out a little bit there. I know that Reynor was having some issues earlier, which is why we had a bit of a delay. Looks like we are just going to be remaking the lobby, and Reynor will soon be joining us. Looks like some technical issues on his end. We should be getting him back soon. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I know he's streaming his POV. Hopefully his stream didn't go down. It might just be a game client issue. Yeah, just catching up. Looks like his game did crash. This game did crash. We are going to be remaking and diving on in. Let's go. Rip my point. The points, Pappy, the points. But yeah, game 1 is going to be on post-youth. I believe Amphion was vetoed as well, I believe. Okay, you can hear the beeps. We're going to try once again to load into post-youth. Hopefully this time we're able to all stay in game and we don't lose anyone. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I'm just waiting for the game to start, then I'll open up predictions. We're getting there. We are getting there. See, well, as a Dane, I must protest. Max Pax is the best. You can make the argument. You can make it. I'll contest it. You can make the argument then. Won't stop you. And here we go. We're spawning into game number 1. And if you are in the chat, predictions are open. Place your bets on how you believe this series will unfold. Best of luck in those predictions. As we're getting into game 1 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of post-youth, we have our South Korean Protoss player. The blue Protoss, the best Protoss in the world, representing CranKy Z Gaming, DKZ. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Zerg player, the red Zerg representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. Of course, Reynor has been now in Korea for a couple of weeks. Has been staying in Korea for a couple of weeks now. Has been improving, has been laddering, has been on that grind. And you can see already his play has been adjusting over the past couple of weeks as well. Based on what we just saw in that semifinals. He was an animal, Pop. He was an animal. He was clowning. And he clowned all over Dark, and it worked. That's what matters here. It did end up working. And now we're settling into our finals, into our ZVP. It's going to be a hatch first. Hatch gas pool out of Reynor, going for the standard natural base. Now, oh my god, he's spazzing out with that Overlord. We do have a free pocket hybrid base available to us, and herO is the first to take his, but I believe Reynor should be saving his as a 4th. Based on the natural base placement, I believe that Reynor may be thinking about taking this gold a lot faster, as we're able to spread creep and establish this gold base a lot easier here based on Reynor's expansion pattern. So an interesting setup here by Reynor. Meanwhile, herO is set up quite well here on 2 bases. Now, games on post-youth usually go a little bit longer. We have a lot of bases to be taken, and we are quite secure on a 3-base setup. And not just that, but on a 4-base setup, we have gold bases, we have hybrid bases, we have a lot of resources available to us early on, and it'd be quite difficult to break a defending player here in the mid-game. So because that, we've seen a lot of late game here on post-youth, but we'll see if that continues to be the case. We'll see what 3rd Reynor goes for. That's what I'm most curious about. So he's going to be droning, saturating his natural. Sure, getting eyes on that would be gold. So he does end up saturating that natural base for now. Behind this, herO going to be getting into his own aggression. Talking a little bit about herO, again, he's been looking on fire as of late in GSL, at IM Katowice, at Masters Coliseum, and of course even in Stars of War 11. And there it is at Twilight Council Opener. I was going to say that herO, what sets him apart from some of the other Protoss players, from MaxPax for example, or Showtime, or Classic, well, more like Classic actually, is that herO's very aggressive. He's very dynamic. He comes up with his own builds. He comes up with his own playstyles. He can be a very difficult player to read. And we can see here, he's not holding back. Twilight Council Opener into a Robo. I do not see us pulling out a Gas yet, so this looks like a Dark Shrine variation, but we'll keep our eye on herO. Again, popping off already here in Game 1. Meanwhile, we spoke about Reynor expanding here at the linear base location, predicting that it should be for a gold base, and there it is, the gold is being taken, so that's why we would expand in this manner. That's why we would not expand here towards the left-hand side instead. We could always take this as a 4th or a 5th base. And it's not going to be glaive, it's going to be charge! It's an all-in. It's going to be a charge base all-in. We have 5 gates on the way, 1 already done. It's going to be a 2-base 6-gate all-in. I would not be surprised if we throw down a 7th and 8th gateway as well. Oh boy, herO going to be doubling down and looking to punish this gold. Meanwhile, Reynor, he's moving out with his Lings, does have the Overlord parked outside the base. We do see herO posturing to expand and take a 3rd, but I believe he has no intention to. Yep, there we go. More gateways on the way. That's a 7th gateway in production, and I believe we should be seeing an 8th. Especially considering that we have a gold or half a gold base here available, herO should be able to sustain 8 gateways. There we go. We do cancel that pylon. We deny that adept. But I don't think herO cares. Oh, the wall is open. Not like this. The wall, it's wide open. We're flooding on in. The Stalker's going to be going down. We need adepts. We need Zealots. We need anything here. As Reynor has broken through. He gets a full scout of the main base. He sees every single gateway. A full scout here for Reynor. Big moment for the Zerg. Meanwhile, herO is moving out across that. Prism has arrived. We're going for a big warp in. So far, we've gotten a couple of probe kills. And what do we have to defend? We get on top of the prism. The prism, it goes down. Zealots, they do bust forward though. They do take down a queen. They get 1. They get a 2nd, and soon to be a 3rd queen as well. We're getting damage done, but losing that war prism is huge. As we do collapse here, we do get some good surface area. Once again, another queen going to be falling. That's going to be 4 queens, 5, and now 6. Every single queen. And imagine if we could reinforce. Imagine if herO had another wave of 6 Zealots, or 8 Zealots even. He would have broken through. But alas, Reynor, he's holding. He's amassing his Lings, amassing his Roaches. More Zealots have arrived, but it may just be too late. Yeah, the Roach Army's forcing this back. We need more reinforcements, and there they are. They're coming. Reynor trying to collapse on these reinforcements. But herO, he's still snowballing out of control. Getting on top of the Roaches. Getting into the mineral line as well, denying any kind of mining here from Reynor. Good kiting so far. Oh, but the control! Here, he does see the save the Zealots, going for another warp in. Spore is repositioning, but here he gets away. Does manage to get away, and you can see the Roaches, they cannot keep up. They're going down one after the other. More reinforcements are coming in. The Queen goes for the Prism. Go for the War Prism. We get surrounded as well. Boys are being pulled. The Roach does still fall. And herO, again, he just barely has too much. Reynor needs more time as another Roach goes down. Oh, the whole position micro here from herO, getting 7 drone kills, getting another Queen. And we should have another weapon available. Yeah, Reynor, he's being overwhelmed. I mean, this was a close defense. It was so close. I was so impressed by Reynor busting into the main base. I was so impressed by Reynor killing the first War Prism. Like, you could not ask for better than that, but it was still too much. herO still snowballed out of control, and Reynor still could not hold on. GG. herO takes game number 1. Ooh. GG. GG, very well played. With that, herO does take a lead in the series, but it's a best of 5, so Reynor has the opportunity to bounce back. Can bounce back. I want to believe he can. I want to believe that we can have a back and forth series. Here we go. I believe the last time they faced off, did they play at IM? I know they played at Masters Coliseum, where herO did take down Reynor, and herO did make it to the finals to face off against several in Masters Coliseum. He did have a series. When it comes to IM, when it comes to the group stage specifically, I know that herO was in a brutal group as well. Just double checking, and yeah, herO, he beat Reynor at Master Coliseum, did beat Reynor at IEM as well. So Reynor, he's got a bit of a grudge here. He's looking to bounce back. He's hoping to bounce back here in his historic performance against herO. We'll see if he can. We'll see if he can. So getting ready for game 2 on Golden Aura. Let's go. Let us go. As Golden Aura is going to be a much smaller map. If we wanted to be aggressive, this would be even a better map for it. And we'll see if we can get there. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Dragon KZ Gaming. The KZ leading the series 1-0. It is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Italian Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Basilisk. Down in the series, but not out, not by any means. It's a best of 5. Plenty of opportunity to bounce back here. It is Reynor. I was just checking because we were lucky enough to cast herO versus Reynor at Master Coliseum and watch herO versus Reynor at IEM. I was curious if they had played at all outside of those 2 tournaments this year. The answer is no. The answer is no. herO, those have been the only times they've played against each other so far in 2024 until now. Until this ESL Open Cup. Oh boy. So they haven't played too often so far, and it's been quite close between them. Even though herO did end up beating Reynor at IEM and at Master Coliseum, it still went to the ace match. It was a best of 7. It went all the way to game 7. So I'm hoping for that here as well, as herO is going to be threatening a cannon rush. There's no forge, by the way, but he does throw down the pylon. Reynor does get eyes on it, and Reynor, he does not react. Okay, he calls herO's bluff. As I say that, boys are being pulled. herO, he sells it. He does sell it. Did force Reynor to pull 4 drones. herO, he's like, I made you flinch. And behind this, herO's just expanding. Like, again, it was just a standard build out of herO. Fakes out the cannon rush. Thankfully, it wasn't like too much of a reaction. It was only like a couple of seconds of those drones not mining, but it was enough to make it worth it. Like, for that many workers not to be mining this early on is pretty huge. So, nice little fake out there by herO. Again, herO really sold it when he went back to the pylon with the probe to make it look like he was going to throw down a cannon. The mind games are real. The mind games are real, as behind this we're getting to our 2-base setup. herO fully walling off actually with the gateway and the cybercore. I believe that's a full wall off. Very interesting, and I'm curious what kind of tech we're going to be following this up with. And there it is, Twilight Council. Once again, an aggressive build out of herO. Like, if you wanted standard games, watch Showtime, watch Max Max. If you want some chaos, that's where herO comes in. Ling is going to be going down. We delay the 3rd base with the pylon block. The Adept is here as well. Reynor, he's contained to 2 bases. Yeah, drone forced to go to the triangular 3rd instead. Should be able to expand, but a much more exposed 3rd base here. A little bit more awkward. And delayed. herO will confirm, but again, that was a nice denial earlier. Does threaten a dive. Back at home. Okay, we have a... Oh, never mind. I was like, do we have a hole here? I believe we don't, right? Yeah, no. it's a full wall. The probe can't come back in, and we do not pull out of gas, so this is going to be... this is going to be a Dark Shrine. It's going to be a Dark Shrine here from herO. If it was Glaive Adepts, we would have pulled out of gas at some point. But we stay in, and this should be a macro build, but I'm not so certain with the full wall off. Like, we're being sold a different story here. Stalkers being exposed. Lings, they do come in. They're going for the drone. They won't get it. Good positioning out of herO. Additional Lings have arrived. Now, with this, traditionally, we would be seeing some DT harass into Archons into a 3rd base. It should be leading to a 3rd base into the mid game. But it's herO that we're talking about, so I'm never fully convinced. As there we go, he is indeed going for that third, making use of that probe. Is expanding. Lings, they do come in. So far, good defense out of herO. Good defense so far. Stalker going for the overlord, but we do get caught out. Good catch here from Reynor. He does get us around, and the Stalker will fall. Very nicely done. Up until this point, herO was doing a great job at ferrying that Stalker around with the Adepts, but did slip up. And behind this, Reynor, he is amassing a couple of roaches. We have Spores getting in position. The DTs, they go straight for the third, though. And there's no Spore. There's no Spore at the third base. Not like this. The third base is under fire, and it's going to be going down. Spore is trying to get in position, but that hatchery, it's already halfway down. Ay, ay, ay. The Spore is forced to be thrown down a little bit further back, and do we have a transfuse? We do. Ooh, we had a transfuse, but the base falls. And just like that, herO takes a lead. He does take a lead. We're getting into the main base as well. We go for the warp in. Spore still in production. And herO, he's getting far too much done already here. Spore's going to finish, thankfully. Spore will complete these DTs. There's no way out. They will be shut down. At the same time, Lings, they bust in across the map. They take down the pylon. They're pushing in towards that natural. Stalker does go down. The overcharge. Oh, does it keep it alive? It barely does. The overcharge. Stalker barely survives. herO. Again, there is no third base. I was going to say, coming back in to deny the third. There is no third. We're going for Blink. Shadow Stride is on the way. Gateways are being thrown down. There was never a third base from herO. It's a two-base all-in from the Protoss. And Reynor, he's in trouble. He's hurting. Going for the lair. Trying to retake his third base here at the linear base location. DTs are coming back in. The non-stop Dark Templar harass. Ay, ay, ay. Blink is done, by the way. Shadow Stride has completed. We do have a Spore. We're diving on it. Well, I assumed we would, but never mind. We get a Queen. You get the Queen and back up. We do have a couple of transfuse available here for Reynor. We have some transfuse energy. As herO threatens to dive into the main base. Overseer is revealed. We have mobile detection. Likewise, we get another Queen. Oh my god, we one-shot. That's crazy. The Queen does get one-shot. Good pick off there by herO. Behind this, third base is getting up and running. I assumed it was going to be a two-base all-in because of all the tech, but no, we are still expanding. Building up Immortals, building up towards +1. Blink, not charged, bear that in mind. I assumed it would have been charged for the Archons, but no, Blink is on the way instead. herO has to be careful. Oh, being dragged out of position. Reynor going for the surround. herO, he does get caught out. At the same time, DT's headed for the main base. But we pick up a Sentry and an Immortal. Very good pickups by Reynor. And herO, just a bit of a lapse of attention. Focus elsewhere. That was actually a pretty huge pickup. Losing the Immortal. So Reynor, he is fighting back. Behind this, he's fully saturating his third base, going for a fourth. Immortals are pushing out. herO being a little bit bold with his army. He is spotted. You see Reynor taking him very seriously. Does set up another Queen, goes down. Very impressive. I'm so impressed by just the amount of pickoffs that herO has gotten with these Dark Templars. Still Refusion and Morphin Archons. Just purely with DTs. Observer gets sniped. DTs, they do dive on the base, but it should survive. One DT gets picked up. Adepts, they shade into the natural. Drones are going down. Late reaction to Reynor. Late reaction. 5 workers go down for 2 Adepts. A worthwhile trade. Mutas, though, they have arrived. We have the Spire in the main base. I believe herO has not scouted. Yeah, he didn't see the Mutas, didn't see the Spire. He does have Blink Stalkers, though. Yeah, Mutas, they're rotating around. They're going for the main base. And herO, he's woefully underprepared. Not ready at all for Muta play. Stargate, no Oracles. Oh, sorry, no Stargate, no Phoenixes. Wasn't an Oracle-based opener. Archon jump is coming in. You were juggling well, but here come those mutas, and again, hero's just not ready for this. Probes are gonna fall. The mutas are now revealed. We get into the main base. Probes are going down. We pick up a Stalker. And you can see Reynor threatening both the main base and the National, dragging hero out of position. At the same time, here comes the main army towards that fort. Do you have Immortals? The Miles! Well, they do miss. And we get 11, 12 probe kills. Very nice damage here by Reynor. 15 even. 15 workers go down. Reynor pulling back. Reynor, he has maxed out with Ling Roach Ravager. Pretty hefty army. Hero is trying to push out, but this is not what we want to be pushing into. We need force fields. The sentry gets focused down. We do manage to get down a couple of force fields. We hold the line. The force fields are broken, and Hero has to back off. Does have to retreat. Good concave. In good positioning. So far, Hero's holding. Reynor is up 60 supply. But it may still not be enough. As they get into the fourth, they get a couple of probes. They force a big reaction out of Hero. And cannons and shield batteries there late in the mineral line. More workers going down. What's important though is that even though Reynor's maxed out, he can't push in. Only with his mutas. He's stuck at home with this army, but oh my god, that's a lot of banelings. Ling, Bane, Roach Ravager, very solid unit composition here. It's gonna be on Hero to defend his 4 bases. And the defenses are looking a little bit sparse here. Looking a little bit scarce, what I meant to say. A little bit sparse. We are trying to saturate our bases, cannons. I mean, again, we're lacking SimCity here at the third. That's the biggest issue right now. Like, how do we stop a Baneling run by? Speaking of, we're pushing. Reynor is moving out, still has the supply lead, still has the advantage. Has all the map control he could ever want. But he's actually sending his entire army towards the main force of Hero. Okay, there we go. We're splitting up a couple of Banelings. Heading towards that mineral line. Mutas, they do come in. Do we have anything to defend? 2 cannons and a shield battery. Do we have a reaction? We do. Banelings, they take down 4 probes. Good defense here by Hero. Good defense so far. No storm, by the way. Banelings, they crash into the side defense. Pylon goes down. Shield battery as well. And we just go straight for the Nexus. The Nexus does fall. And that's worth it that's the worth of a Reynor. At the same time, mutas are wreaking havoc in the back line. And Hero, he may just be forced all in. He may just have to send it here and now. He's down a base. Mutas, they're still popping up. They're still killing more probes. 11 probes go down. And Hero, we have to keep pushing. There's no other way about this. Now, he does have a comparable army to his opponents. Does have a comparable army. We're amassing more Banelings. God, that's a lot of Banelings. How well can we split? Hero, the Immortals are exposed. The Immortals, they are exposed. Another wave of Banelings on the way. We're getting on top of the Immortals. Hero, he does juggle though. Does preserve as many as he can. As we crash into those Stalkers. Yeah, and Hero, he's being cleaned up. Reynor, he does overwhelm. Shuts down the army. That's all that Hero had left. GG gets called, and Reynor, he fights back, tying up the series 1-1. GG. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. We're going to a tied-up series. It's still best of 5, still plenty more games ahead of us here, but a solid game there out of Reynor. I mean, Hero did very well harassing early on. He was doing an amazing job with his DTs, killing bases, sniping queens, killing drones, but the mutas got unscouted. That's kind of what it came down to. The mutas, they got unscouted and they wreaked havoc. They got so many drone kills. They were keeping Hero busy, and they allowed Reynor to max out, to gain map control, and to make sure that Hero could never get his 4th base up and running. Could not expand, could not get his 4th, It was just hit over and over again. Eventually, Reynor did just overwhelm. GG. GG, well played. We have a tied up series, and we're getting into game 3 on Alkyone. Let's go. Let us go. Catching up in the chat. Are these the finals? Yes, these are the finals. Impressive that Reynor's in the finals for his first ESL Asia. No. Reynor, this is his first finals in ESL Asia, but he's been competing in ESL Asia these past couple of weeks. This is the furthest he's gone. This is his first finals, and we'll see if this can be his first win as well. We shall see. But here we go, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkyone. We have our South Korean Protoss. Our South Korean Protoss player representing Dragon KaiZ Gaming, DKZ, being forced into a tied-up series. Can he bounce back? It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Basilisk. Tying up the series 1-1. Can he keep that momentum going? It is Reynor. Here we go. As Reynor is going to be expanding, taking his unnatural being forced here by herO. And we've spoken about this map before, Alkyone, how again there are a lot of kind of macro aspects of this map to get into these longer games, to establish yourself on 3 and then 4 bases. But herO is a very aggressive player, so again, we'll see if that's the case here. We'll see if we embrace some of the features of this map, if we go for a later game, or if herO is aggressive once again. And remember, game 1, he went for a charge all-in. Game number 2, he committed quite heavily into a DT opener. Here in game 3, what do you have for us? What do you have? We are settling on in. We are settling in. Still waiting for our tech of choice. Still waiting for our tech of choice from herO. Whether we go for another Twilight Council or a Stargate, a pylon has been thrown down here in the main. We have our pylon being set up, and we'll see if we do invest into a Twilight Council once again. I'm hoping we go for a Stargate. I would not be opposed for a much more standard opener. And there it is. Stargate is on the way. Oracle production is most likely on the horizon for herO. We're getting into a standard game, at least for now. At least for now. Reynor likewise just saturating his natural, working towards his 3rd. This time he will not be delayed. Remember, that was also something that herO was able to accomplish on Golden Aura. Again, hero's early game was disgusting last game, but again, now we're just calming things down. We're easing our way into game 3. Despite the chaotic nature of this series, so far everything is looking by the book. Likewise, Reynor is spreading out his creep. 3rd base is now on the way at the natural location. First Oracle's in production. And this should just be a triple Oracle opener into a Stargate from herO. From there, we do have a couple more options with how we want to approach this, whether we want to go into charge or Blink Stalkers, whether we want to go tech heavy or more aggressive with Blink Stalkers instead. herO has options. Speaking of, he does throw down his 2nd gateway in the main. Does throw down the 2nd gateway. Oracle moves out to shut down the Overlord. Looks like herO, he's more concerned with shutting down the vision before getting across the map. Ooh, as the first adept is going to be forced back home. Overlord does fall. Lings, they threaten that 3rd base. But herO's in position. herO, he will defend. as he's just fighting for control of this Onaga. And there we go. The first Oracle is moving out. Now, Reynor should be ready for this. He does have now three queens at the third base. He's got 2 queens in the main. Spores are on the way. Reynor, he is safe and sound, is ready for this. At least for 1 Oracle. Behind this, we're going for a second and a third Oracle as well. Triple Oracle opener here out of herO. And now he can one-shot drones. Not just that, but the Oracles, they do an amazing job when it comes to supporting Stalkers in the mid-game. I mean, just in general. Scouting, getting worker damage. Their Revelation, Stasis Traps. They add quite a lot of complexity to the Protoss army in said mid-game. And there's that transition. Twilight Council on a Forge should be +1 and Blink. Can be +1 in charge. This herO is going to be pushing. Again, with that faster second gateway, he has been able to get up in towards 6 Adepts. When he does shade in, shades into the natural. The wall was open. We go for the queens. 1 queen goes down, 2nd queen as well. And can we get the 3rd? It looks like, ooh, we bleed out an Oracle. It's going to be a big loss there for herO. Does shade into the main base, but the Adepts are shut down. Good defense here by Reynor. He does clean this up. Whew. Remember, that was 6 Adepts going down and an Oracle. And what did we get for return? What did we get for that? Links. 18 links and 2 queens. No drones. No economic damage was done. Reynor going for a counterattack, but he does run into Adepts. Does run into a wall of Adepts. There it is. +1 and Blink are on the way. Robot behind this as well. And herO, he's going to be having to calm things down from here. Still trying to be active with these vanilla Adepts. The Adepts and Oracles. Or is he Koreans right now? True, true. Have we adopted him? Is he one of us? Does Reynor drink Pocari Sweat? Does he listen to K-pop? Ah. Let's go. Does he act shy around the camera? And will he play good games for the fans? As we have a second robo. Okay, we're being very tech heavy here. This is what I assumed would happen. So upon losing map control, herO is going for a second robo into a bay, into additional gateways. This is for double robo Colossus production. This should be leading to a 4th. This should be leading to a 4th base instead. Ooh, looks like we're expanding towards the left-hand side from herO. But we're going for a more macro-oriented game from the side of the Protoss. herO is slowing things down. Meanwhile, Reynor likewise is droning up. We do have an infestation bit on the way. That's going to be for Hive Tech, getting up to 4 bases as well. The game will progress. And for the first time this series, we're going to have a back and forth mid-game. Up until now, we've had a lot of aggression and it's been very chaotic. We haven't been able to really sink our teeth into a back and forth game. But here we have it. There's that 4th Nexus. There are 2 Colossi. Now, there is a bit of a power spike when we get up to 4 Colossi. We could try to move that with 2, but I believe that's going to be before Extend the Lance finishes. So hero's going to have to wait for that. You can see him being as active as possible with these Oracles. Gets 3-4 Creep Tumors. Pretty good damage. So he does threaten the Mineral Line as well. The Queens are out of position, by the way. We get 2 drones. We move back off. At the same time, a big link counterattack where we are in position. herO holds. Does hold. Now, as hero's getting into robo production, as Reynor's going for a bit of a roach counterattack, and he's going to be running into quite an army. Reynor, yeah, he has to back off. Doesn't want to commit into this. Reynor, he's taking up into a Hive and Lurker tech. It's going to be Hydra Lurker Viper here from Reynor. But he has triggered a counterattack from herO. Yeah, herO looking to chase down as many of these roaches as he can. Gets on top of the active tumors. Gold base is on the way for Reynor. But it looks like here he's waiting for his next wave of Colossi. We have Immortals on the way as well to support him, to help deal with those roaches. Reynor, he is pushing forward, trying to be proactive, forcing back the army, trying to maintain his creep. So the creep is spreading. But herO, now he's hit his stride. Now we've hit that power spike. All 4 Colossi. The gold base, we're not going to get it up and running. It's not going to be mining. We do lay siege upon it. Reynor trying to engage. Vipers are on the way. But again, he still needs more time. He still doesn't have his lurkers. Reynor, he needs more time here to get into lurker tech, to get into his Vipers. herO hitting Reynor just before he's ready. Vipers have made it. Reynor going for a surround. Or at least trying to. The Colossi pull back. One of them getting very low. But herO, he's gaining ground. He breaks through the defensive line, gets on top of the Queens. And again, we have Vipers, but no lurkers. There we go. 3 lurkers are on the way. We have a yoink. We have an abduction. We do yoink 1 Colossus. We blink on forward as well. On top of the army, boys are being pulled. Lurkers are being focused down. And it looks like herO, he has too much. He's breaking on through. Snowballing out of control. Reynor, he's barely trying to hold on, but he doesn't have enough. GG gets called, and herO takes a lead in the series at 2-1. GG. We spoke about it, but the power spike does come in when you hit 4 Colossi, and herO, he was able to push in just before the lurkers are ready, just before the Vipers are ready as well. Reynor, he was stuck with Roach Ravager. Not just that, but if you remember, Reynor triggered that counterattack by pushing out a little bit early on with his Roaches, and did bleed out a couple of them, and that was the beginning of the end. That was the beginning of the push for herO. herO, he saw an opportunity, he went for it. Again, Reynor, he just needed a little bit more time. 1 more minute or even 30 more seconds. He would have had Vipers full of energy. He would have had a wave of lurkers. The game would have gone on. It was a very crisp timing there from herO. And with that, herO is able to take a lead. Reynor got caught with his pants down. And now we're getting into game number 4. Oh, sorry, my apologies. I should fix this up. There we go. Now we're getting to game number 4. herO needs one more to take the series. Reynor needs to fight back here and now to force that ace match. Oh boy. Here we go. Here we go. As we are loading in. And our next game is going to be on Ghost River. Ooh, a very interesting map. Those that are curious, Ghost River is the shortest rush distance map in the map pool. 31 seconds from main to main. Even less from natural to natural. Oh boy. So it does not take long at all to get across the map. Aggression is favored here. And who is going to be the aggressor? Oh boy. Let's go. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Ghost River, we have the South Korean Protoss player leading the series 2-1. He needs one more to become this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. Representing CranKy Gaming, it is herO. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Italian Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Basilisk. He needs to fight back here and now to force that ace match, to force game 5. It is Reynor. Now, if you want an extended series, if you want some more StarCraft, then you need to send your energy to Reynor. You need to cheer him on. He needs your help. He needs your support for that ace match. The pressure is on. The pressure is now on. Reynor going for the unnatural natural. Force to expand at the 3rd base location. Force to expand elsewhere. herO back at home, getting into his own standard opener as well. herO not faking out a cannon rush or anything crazy like that, not this time. We have seen herO cannon rush before, by the way. Like, it's not outside of the realm of possibility. Which is why it did work out on Golden Aura. So now herO just being an annoyance. Getting eyes on the opener, getting eyes on the tech. Delaying some mining time from those drones. And it'll be worth it as long as we keep the probe alive. As again, we're settling into Ghost River. Again, the rush distance by ground very short. You can see natural to natural. It's a screen away. But the upside here when it comes to the defending player is the ramp. Like, this is a very narrow choke point leading into the natural base. The 3rd is more exposed, to be fair. 3rd is a little bit more exposed, a little bit more vulnerable. But we have a lot of high ground. We have a lot of points of elevation here to make use of. If we're able to scout move out, if we're able to get eyes on any pushes, then we can defend, we can get in position, we can have that advantage. Reynor is going to be rotating over towards that natural. And it is going to be a Stargate opener from herO. Do you have that Stargate opener? Should be leading into Oracles, I imagine. Void Rays are always they are always an option, but let's see what he does go for. Again, the probe trying to get an eye on the third base, trying to delay it if at all possible. He's going to be turned away. Big speed is on the horizon. Adept has arrived as well. We won't be able to delay the third base though, as we have already taken it. And the game should settle from here. I mean, sure, herO, he's going to be threatening that main base, but he shouldn't be able to commit. Ooh, as he does. Only 2 Lings here, by the way. There we go. More do spawn in. Yeah, just in time. herO, he will back off. Ling speed is on the herO. Before Ling speed finishes, herO needs to get the hell out of here, but he does reinforce with a second Adept. Now he's making his way out. He's checking saturation at the natural. Doesn't commit to the shade. He's racing back home as Ling speed finishes. Here comes the Oracle. Okay, the Adept is safe. The Adepts are safe. Again, if the Lings try to surround, we have the Oracle to support them. Don't go back home. Reynor, he's checking for the third base. And he will get eyes on the probe. Yeah, the probe is going to be going down. herO being too greedy. Again, herO, otherwise we would have seen him come back home with the Adepts. Alas, didn't. Third is delayed. As we shade into the mineral line. Managed to get 1 drone, but looks like the Adepts are finally going to be cleaned up. Clutch transfuse. Ooh, as the Oracle goes down as well. herO overextending. Leaves out 2 Adepts and an Oracle for 2 drones. Not a worthwhile trade. Losing that Oracle especially. But there is no Spore Crawler, and we do make up for it. herO, he makes up for the loss earlier, getting 5 drone kills. Before getting the hell out of there. Across the map, Lings applying pressure, being an annoyance. They get on top of the Adept. But this should be cleaned up. And we have our follow-up. It's going to be a 4 gems. Twilight Council +1 and Blink on the horizon. Standard follow-up here out of herO. Getting into his 4-gate setup. Now, there is quite a bit of pressure on herO here to wreak havoc and to pick off more drones. Does need to get more economic damage. So he does threaten another shade. That's a gateway explosion, by the way. We have 4 more gates on the way behind this, 6 in total. Do we throw down 2 more? This would not be a bad map for a 3-base all-in, by the way. My eyes are on herO. Oracles are being forced back. Ooh, taking some extra hits. So again, he's on 6 gateways. Adepts are going to be threatening a shade for being forced back. More gateways get thrown down. Yeah, more gateways on the way. It's going to be 8 gates in total. It is a 3-base all-in. I actually brought this up earlier. I think it was in the Creator series, talking about how like 3-base all-ins are kind of fallen off here in PvZ. But herO, he's going for it. Is going for it. That is going to be the 7th and 8th gateway. It's going to be a mass amount of Stalkers on the way here. Now, usually this coincides with a reinforcement point in the middle of the map. Adepts are being forced back. herO does turn around. Behind this, Reynor has yet to take up. No Roach Warren. He's going for another base. He's going pure Ling. Oh. He's going pure Ling. No Roaches. Reynor, this is a little bit wild. I am concerned for him. For when herO eventually pushes out. Speaking of, herO is pushing. Moving out with his Stalkers. We can see Reynor, he's trying to go into Ling Hydra. Before that, though, here come more reinforcements. Here comes a probe. That is for the pylon, for the gateway. And this is a 3-base all-in. The Stalkers have arrived. And again, without Roaches, this is going to be a tough hold for Reynor. It's going to be a tough hold. Lings, they're coming in. But the SimCity, well, the terrain working against Reynor. The choke point is brutal. Specifically this choke point here. Hydras are on the way. Lings are going down at the same time. We try to come in from behind. We try to shut down the reinforcing pylon, but it does stay alive. Stasis Trap on the way. And Stasis Trap does finish. We dive on top of the armor. We dive on top of the queens. Hydras are popping out, but Reynor, he needs more time. Just barely a little bit more time here for his Hydras. Yeah, Lings, they're falling one after the other. Boys are being pulled. Reynor, he's in a lot of trouble. Again, this 3-base all-in from herO, it's very out of fashion. It's very 2023. We haven't seen it too often as of late. But on Ghost River specifically, it does have a lot of power. The Hydra count is getting higher. Reynor, he has a little bit of breathing room here. Rocks are being knocked down. Now that we've dealt with the Lings, the Blinks are solid. Again, herO, he's on 9 gateways. And if the Blinks are good enough, he should not be losing any of these Stalkers. Yeah, Lings are going down. Hydras, they are exposed. Expensive losses here for Reynor, and herO is snowballing out of control. He's breaking on through. The 3-base all-in is hitting too hard, and Reynor, he gets caught out once again. He chose to skip that Roach Warren. He chose to be greedy here. Tried to get away with Ling Hydra. Not able to, did not confirm the all-in. GG gets called, and herO, he will be taking the 3-1 score here and becoming this week's ESL Open Cup Asia champion. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to herO. Honestly, he used to go for these 8 gates or 9 gates 3-base all-ins very often. It was back in the, God, what was the map pool? 2 map pools ago. I want to say 2 map pools ago at this point. And it was terrifying. It was like a terrifying build. It would often catch a lot of Zerg players off guard, especially if they were skipping the Roach Warren. I think it was back when the Hydras got buffed. I think it was like 2 patches ago when this build was prevalent. But yeah, we haven't really seen this build too often as of late. The last map pool, we barely saw it. But now we're back. Now we're back, specifically on Ghost River, because the map is so small, because the rush distance is so short. It does make sense, especially with that choke point, with that ramp. It is so narrow. Lings, they cannot engage, they cannot surround. You saw how difficult, how hard a time Reynor had engaging at that ramp, and herO just traded so efficiently. Snowballed out of control. GG, well played. Congratulations to herO as he does take the series and is our champion this week. My condolences to Reynor, but a really solid performance. Reynor, he did very well, making it this far. He took down Solar, he took down Creator, sorry, took down Solar, took down Rogue, took down Dark, took down basically every Korean Zerg player. I mean, sure, he avoided Shin and he avoided DRG, but every other Zerg fell at the hands of Reynor. Very impressive stuff there to make it here to the finals. But he's up against the best Protoss in the world, so it was going to be a tough series here for Reynor. herO does come out on top. Congratulations. But again, Reynor, he's improving, right? Like, that's why he's in Korea. He's there to improve. He's there to get better. He's there to get ready for GSL. So I wish him the best of luck in the upcoming season of GSL. The qualifiers are in a couple of days. GSL qualifiers are in a couple of days, so I wish Reynor the best. Good luck. Good luck, Pappy. Good luck. With that, we're going to be wrapping up with this broadcast for now. ESL Asia has wrapped up, and we're getting ready for World Team League. WTL is going to be starting up in a couple of minutes here. World Team League Code A. The final day of Code A is tonight, and we're going to be diving into that broadcast in a couple of minutes. Now, don't go anywhere. The stream is going to go down because we have to reset the delay, and we have to sort out our overlays and get the stream ready. So, don't go anywhere. I'm sure a lot of people will. But the stream is going to be going down, and then we're going to be restarting the stream with some World Team League action. If you want to stick around for some more StarCraft, we got you covered. Otherwise, I believe ESL Pro Tour is starting up in soon, right? Or do we have a break today? We have a break today. Okay. ESL Pro Tour, the EPT Spring is going to be having a break today because of the ESL Open Cups. ESL Open Cup Europe is in 3 hours. 3 hours time, so I'm sure Wardy and Rotterdam and Steadfast and many of the other English casters have you covered there. We won't be casting ESL Europe because I'm going to be sleeping. I'm going to be in bed right after World Team League Code A. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching, thanks everyone for the support. A big shout out to our 2 finalists here tonight. We're going to be going for a short break. The stream is going to be going down, but it's going to be coming right back up with WTL. See you then. See you then.